What's up everyone? In this lecture, I'm going to show you one tool which is really important in Unreal and for the cinematics. So let's start by adding a camera inside our scene. So here, cinematic and it's Cine Camera Acture. So okay, our camera it's in the level, perfect. And here we can see how it looks through our camera. Okay, what I want to do now. I want to click again here to click cinematic and let's see which one first. Camera Rig Rail. So this is the tool, one of the main tools which we are going to use when we are animating our car. So I will place it here on the ground and now I will show you how to extend it. Okay, first now this is the beginning of our Rig Rail. And now let's click here. You can see there is one point on the left side. So when you click on this point, the pivot will move to this point. And now we can make corrections on this point. So if you drag here the red direction, the X direction, we can extend it and to make it longer. But it's the same part of this Rig Rail. So you have to hold Alt on your keyboard and again Alt and left button of your mouse, and now you are making another point. So I will delete it back and will bring it back to the previous view. So now when you move this, you can see how it's moving in every direction. If you move it like that, and we have this, which is not the perfect one. Okay, again undo, and now I want to extend it a bit and to hold Alt now and left button of your mouse to make another frame here, another edge. And now when you click here, you can move it like that. And now we have this slight turn here in our Rig Rail. And now we can place our camera here and to move it smoother, because without this edge here, without this point, everything was sharper. And it's, of course, it's possible to use it. It depends on your project and how you want to be your camera. But in our case now, we need smoother movement. So yeah, okay, now let's continue. So let's add more points here. For example, here one more point. Okay, like that. We can bring it up a bit. Now you can see from here, it's like a roller coaster. And one more here on this side. Perfect. Okay, we have something like a glitch here, so let's fix it a bit. I will extend it like that, and now we don't have this glitch here in the edge of our Rig Rail. Okay, one more time. So let's make our Rig Rail around our car just to see how it looks. Okay, one more here, one more here, oh, one more here, and okay, something like that, and like that will be perfect. And of course we can rotate the points. So by clicking this rotation tool here and making something like that, we can make rotation of our points and to fix our Rig Rail to looks better. And now it's time to place the camera on this Rig Rail to move with it. So here is the beginning of our Rig Rail. So let's take this camera here, and with the moving tool, let's move it to the Rig Rail here, the beginning, and let's place it perfect. It's not necessary to be perfect, but here, just to show you, we will make it perfect. Okay, so now it's here, and now it's time to rotate it 90 degrees, and again here and here. Perfect. Now it's just on the beginning of our Rig Rail. Now what we have to do, we have to take our camera here from the outliner. We have to find our Cine Camera Acture, to take it and to place it on the camera Rig Rail like a parent asset. And now you can see it's like a folder of our Rig Rail. Okay, let's find it. So let's click on the Rig Rail now. And here we have current position on rail. So clicking left button of your mouse and moving it on the left and the right side, and you can see how our camera is moving on the path of the Rig Rail. But now it's just moving on the path. It's not moving with the turns. if we want to move the camera with every turn we have here in our Recreo, we have to come here to lock orientation to rail, to click on it, and now our camera will move. Now we can see here is the difference, how it's moving with every turn and rotating with them, and it looks much better. Okay, perfect. Now let's go here and to see better through our camera view, and now we can see how it looks. Okay, it's not perfect. We want now the camera to follow our car, for example, to follow the center of our car. So how we can do it? Let's switch to perspective again, because I don't want to be through the camera. Okay, and now let's click on our camera. So here we have current camera settings, and here we have walk at tracking interp speed, and here acture to track. So you have to take this pick acture, and now to pick the asset you want your camera to follow. So for example, we want to follow our Shelby. So let's click on the Shelby. Okay, perfect. And now camera Recreo, and now, okay, it's still not following our Shelby. Let's see why. Okay, Shelby, and we have to click enable walk on tracking, and now we'll follow our Shelby, guys. Okay, let's come here to camera Recreo, and now look, you can see how it's following our middle of the car, our center, and it's much better. And if you want to focus, okay, let's again switch to our camera. Okay, let's see. Okay, if we have a bigger distance between the car and the Recreo, the view will be better. So let's do it. Okay, here, and let's take the points, for example. Okay, something like that. Okay, and now let's see again through our camera, and let's move it. Okay, now it's perfect. It's not okay here, it's okay, it's really close here. I'm going to move it away. Okay, now it's through our camera, it's focusing on our car, and where through our camera we can't move in our scene because it's locked to our car. So you have to switch to again to perspective. Okay, something like that. This is cinematic view. Let's click default view. Okay, and now let's move this point away from our car. And now let's check. Okay, now it's not going through our car. Perfect. Now let's click on the camera here and to adjust the focus, because now the focus it's bad. And if you want to add a full focus on our Shelby, first let's make it here DSLR, for example, and here, as I told you, here have to be current aperture to maximum, which is 22. And now let's switch to cinema camera acture view, and now again to camera Recreo, and here let's move, and now we have a perfect focus on our car, and we have this movement in our scene. So the Recreo, we can attach everything to this Recreo. For example, now I will show you how to attach, for example, the Shelby on this Recreo, because we will do it to make it cinematic. Okay, let's I will stop it now. Perspective. Okay, now it's time to attach the Shelby to this here, to this the beginning of the Recreo. So I will bring it back, the Recreo, from the beginning, so to 0, and now I will delete this camera from here. I don't need it anymore. Now I will take the Shelby, we'll move it here, for example. We'll take it and we'll place it here to camera Recreo like a parent asset. And now to camera Recreo again. We're moving our Shelby on the roller coaster. Okay, so let's rotate it like that a bit. Okay, not the camera Recreo, only the Shelby. Okay, like that, and here again, and now it's following the turns. So this is how we will make the animation of our car in our course, guys, with this tool. Okay, see you in the next lecture.